Hello guys, and welcome to episode 2 of my new Minecraft series of epicness and stuff. Which today we're going to be doing some basic cave mining and stuffs. Yeah, let's get started on that actually, because I believe it's about time. Sleep, or not. Come on game, it's totally night. It's totally night game, come on. Let me sleep. You'd think as a person who's played this for years, I'd be able to tell when I can sleep and when I can't, but the sun's coming in my window. Actually, it's not sunny at all. It's cloudy, but still, I like to have my light off during the day. Makes it easier to look at the monitors. I don't really feel like turning my light off, so it's gonna stay on. Oh well. You know, I probably should get started on farming, or I could go caving. Which do you think I'm gonna do? Because it's definitely not the latter. Or, no, it's definitely not the former, I mean. I know words. I know how to words. Not really. Not at all. Yeah. Chopping down a tree. So, I guess I've decided I'm going to session record these and then see what happens. So, that can only go great, right? That means if some episodes are shorter than others, that's what's gonna happen. So, yeah. Let's see, we have one cave over there, I think. No, over there. Yeah, and maybe one over there. And then we have this one over here. I've already kind of taken a look in this one over here to last episode when I was just getting a lay of the land. And I don't want to load too many chunks because caves and cliffs not too far off now. I say that, but it's still going to be a few months, but still. A few months will go by in no time. So, yeah, let's take a look and get prepared to say goodbye. I guess this is kind of a crap cave, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. That's kind of a trick I learned a long time ago. If a cave ends, sometimes you can dig around a bit where it ended and find a new part of it. Sometimes. And it looks like that's going to be one of the things that may carry over to the new update. Or Caves and Cliffs. But I have played the snapshots, and it seems like iron mining in particular is going to get a lot harder. Because caves are either too deep or too shallow to kind of really hit the sweet spot. So, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait till it comes out and just play. Because we're not really going to know what the finalized mechanics for that are going to be till it actually releases. So, it's just going to have to wait, I guess. Honestly, on a side note, I'd actually really like to see a graph on, and get a idea specifically on what Y coordinates the best to mine iron on. I'm thinking it's probably in between 30 and 40. or 30 and 50. I'd imagine those would I'd probably imagine in between those, the sweet spot would be in there somewhere. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've played a little, haven't played much, mainly in survival. If I really wanted to know, I could just hop in creative and fill a large portion of the world with remove the stone and see that way. So it'd probably be one of the only ways to actually find out. That's 8 iron. That is quite a lot of iron. Yeah, that should do it. I hope. Yeah, there's the saving grace of the swamp tree. They tend to drop a lot of saplings. And other goodies. So, yeah, actually, word of advice, if anyone here plays UHC game modes, which, to be fair, there's not a lot of servers that do that anymore. It's kind of almost a dead trend. But classic UHC anyway. But for those that play classic UHC with a group of friends or something, swamp trees are probably the best source of apples, aside from dark oak. Because they tend to be slightly bigger than one of these trees, like tall-wise and leaf supply-wise, but not quite as big as a giant oak tree. So, yeah, not hard to cut down. They give a lot of wood, and they have a fairly high chance of dropping apples. So, what more can you really ask for there? Perfect. Okay. Minecraft's most useful item and inventory. Let's see. Let's see how this works out. That is... This can probably go over 1. Not what I meant to do, but that's what happened. Yeah, probably one of the most annoying tasks in the entire game is just running back and forth to fill in a one of these farms. That's why the easiest thing to do is make a square one, but it's not the most visually appealing farm. Plus, the randomness has a nice effect to it. There. Yeah, it looks natural. Ooh. Well, I suppose I might actually go back over here and replant a few trees over here. Even though they're not going to grow as swamp trees. Which is... In my opinion, I wish they would code that to where you had a... Make it like a rare chance for every oak tree you plant, you can get a swamp tree. Like, make it an extremely rare chance, but it's slightly buffed in swamps. That's an idea. Probably won't ever happen, but... In my opinion, swamp trees are nice. That's just my opinion. I believe they should, you should be able to grow them. Yeah, I forgot. It's still 2 hits even if you crit it. Eh. Oh, yeah, that's another bug. Teleporting animals. Ooh, perfect. Boom. Let's see. Oh, it's in the chest. Yeah, I said I was gonna go caving. I don't know if I'm gonna do that now. Boop. Yeah, it's not too square. It works. Not what I meant to do. I'll put that away. Useful, but not really gonna explore right yet. I wanna get the basics done. So, well, farming and full iron come first. Ooh. That didn't last very long at all. 5 seeds. I'll take those. By the way, for just a recommendation when making hose, unless you're going for the achievement, I wouldn't make anything personally above stone. But that being said, I believe there are achievements you can get for making and breaking a netherite hoe now. I know there's one for a diamond, but I think there's one for netherite too. Not entirely sure on that. Someone would have to check. I might actually check after the episode and throw up a message on screen if there is. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend making anything above a stone, just because it's a waste of resources, really. And stone is probably the easiest resource in the game to acquire. For making tools, anyway. Above wood. Heck, if you wanted to, for that, I'd recommend even a wooden hoe. Just because wood is very abundant. Unless you get a very unlucky seed. Which I've gotten possibly one of the worst seeds I have ever seen in this game. It's just 2 islands next to each other with maybe 2 trees on them. It's a world me and my friend play on. But it's a really terrible seed. It's a really terrible seed. But it's a challenge, and us old school guys like challenges. I was fine all night, and I decided to record, and now I can't breathe through my nose. That's fantastic. Let's see. Did I make a spare crafting table? No, I have not. Not a bad idea to carry one with you, so long as you never start the habit of... Like a habit I broke years ago and then started doing again recently is just leaving crafting tables everywhere. Like every time I need one, I just craft one instead of carrying one with me. That's a habit I want to break again. Just because it really makes a mess over time, and then when you go back and clean them up, you've got like 15 crafting tables and a chest. Which, that's a lot of wasted resources. 15 times 4. I'm not good at math, but I know that equates out to a lot of wood wasted, basically. Oh yeah, word of advice when exploring caves, you can do it one of two ways. Place it on the floor to get the most light, or place it on the right side going in, or left side going in, and then they'll be on the opposite wall on the way out. That's advice I followed for years until I was playing, funny enough, Bedrock with some friends around this time last year, and we stumbled into a cave system so huge that it didn't matter if you did that or not. You weren't going to find your way back out. So I just kind of stopped doing it at that point. Except when I branch mine, because it's easy to get turned around in a branch if you place them on the floor, and then you can't find your way out. Or mine into a water cave and have that flood your torches. That's never fun either. So that's the only time I do it anymore. Ooh, lava. Now there's a semi-rare occurrence. I want that on my hotbar and that in my inventory. It's always a good idea if you're in a cave to keep track of how much iron you've got. That way you can kind of know when to leave. I'm on easy, aren't I? There. Make it slightly more challenging. Ooh. I'm gonna scout this out a little bit and then backtrack so I can craft a new pickaxe. I'm actually gonna craft two's decent. Just what I recommend if for food management if you're in a new world. Unless you've taken damage and need to heal, there is no point in keeping your food bar at full. So there's not really a benefit. Your saturation goes up either way when you eat. Doesn't matter if your food bar is full or not. And I was playing on the old Survival Island maps. I got a hold of them, the originals, and ported them to Bedrock. And I got real good at that. And then I didn't play Minecraft for a long period of time and got bad at it again. So, just a small bit of advice. If you have food and you can eat to full, and you want to eat to full if you have a big resource or supply of it, that's fine. But just in the early days, it's a good idea to really be on top of the food management game. Because especially when you're in an area like this where you could take a lot of damage and it'd be a real big problem real fast. Just a real good idea to be on top of that, so you don't waste resources unnecessarily. And I know I've been doing it probably since the start of this episode. Because it's when you're playing this game, you develop habits that you don't really pick up on, or you don't really have to think about anymore. And eating's kind of one of those. It's easy to eat to full unconsciously. It's a good habit to develop to resource manage that a bit more. it's probably most definitely going to be night by the time I get out of here. Let's see how much. Ooh, I like that. I like my iron supply. Ooh. That means that I can probably do some strip mining or branch mining. That means I can get into that pretty soon. That's always nice to get a hold of diamond tools. But before I do that, I want to get properly set up, like armor. Even though if I'm going to branch mine for diamonds, armor's not going to make much sense to have down there. Let's see. It's just a little marker to myself that tells me nothing's that way. It's a dead end. It's actually a good tactic to use in these caves. Now, if I were to do that right here, if I do that right there and then there's a dark area, I'm just doing that to keep the unpleasant guys that are down there out of the safe area. Which, yes, I know just doing this, spiders can get in, but spiders are easier to deal with because they're lower health. They've only got 16 health, whereas a zombie has 20. I'd rather deal with the spider with the way I am now than a zombie. I just did what I didn't want to. Yeah, I better take care of you. You're gonna be a problem. I was just gonna run to my bed and sleep. I thought I heard another one for a second. Cool. Now the crops will grow at night. Well, grow better at night. If he drops at least one gunpowder, we almost have enough to make a TNT block. Two. Nice. We have enough to make a TNT block. Will I do it? No. Nope. That's, in my opinion, a fairly big waste of gunpowder. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna light this up. I know next time I come down here, if I don't, there will probably be a explosive surprise waiting for me. So I'm gonna light it up. Okay. Time to make my way back to the surface and get on the other crafting table or furnaces. 4 has kind of always been the magical number of furnaces. For me, anyway. Then we can take our iron and divide it up like that. And it'll be done 4 times faster than with 1. because that's how maths work. Let's see, how am I doing for resources? Not bad. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna call it here for episode 2. And yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have any suggestions, feedback, leave it down in the comments section below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.